Importance of pH in everyday life. pH, how it is affecting plants and animals. Living organisms can survive only in a narrow range of pH change. When pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, it is called acid rain. When acid rain flows into the rivers, it lowers the pH of the river water, and the survival of aquatic life in such rivers becomes difficult. What about the survival of plants? What is the important factor for a healthy growth of plants? Yes, it's the soil. And plants require a specific pH range for the healthy growth. Plants cannot grow if the soil is too much acidic or alkaline. So, if the soil is too acidic, its pH can be raised by adding quicklime, which neutralizes the acid in the soil. And similarly, if the soil is too alkaline, then its pH can be reduced by adding gypsum or some other substance which can neutralize the excess alkaline present in the soil. And does it affect us too? Yes, pH in our digestive system. And it is very interesting to note that our stomach produces hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. And this acid helps in the digestion of food without harming the stomach. During indigestion, the stomach produces too much acid and this causes pain and irritation. And to get rid of this pain, people use bases called antacids. And these antacids neutralize the excess acid. And magnesium hydroxide, that is milk of magnesia, is a mild base and it is often used for this purpose. This magnesium hydroxide is often used as antacids. That is, this magnesium hydroxide, when react with the hydrochloric acid in our stomach, this produces a salt, that is magnesium chloride and water. Next is pH in our mouth. pH change as the cause of tooth decay. Yes, the pH in our mouth also has an effect on our teeth. Tooth decay starts when the pH of the mouth is lower than 5.5 and tooth enamel. This is made up of calcium phosphate. Tooth enamel made up of calcium phosphate and it is the hardest substance in the body. This calcium phosphate is the hardest substance in our body and it does not dissolve in water but it is corroded when the pH in the mouth is below 5.5. This calcium sulfate does not dissolve in water but is corroded when the pH in the mouth is below 5.5. And how does the pH fall 5.5? Can you say? Yes, when we eat food, some food particles remain stuck to teeth and this is what causes decaying of teeth. Bacteria present in the mouth produce acids by the degradation of sugar and food particles remaining in the mouth. And the best way to prevent this is to clean the mouth after eating food or using toothpaste, which are generally basic for cleaning the teeth, can utilize the excess acid and prevent tooth decay. Next is self-defense by animals and plants. Have you ever been stung by a honeybee? Do you know what really causes that acute pain? Bee sting leaves an acid which causes pain and irritation. And use of a mild base like baking soda on the sting area gives relief. And stinging hair of nettle leaves. Are you familiar with the nettle leaves? These stinging hair of nettle leaves inject methanoic acid causing burning pain. So these are the some of the ways in which the concept of pH is used in our daily life. Let's discuss more about salts. Family of salts. Salts having the same positive or negative radicals are said to belong to a family. For example, NaCl and Na2SO4 belong to the family of sodium salts. And similarly, NaCl, that is sodium chloride, and KCl, potassium chloride, belong to the family of chloride salts. And next is pH of salts. Salts of a strong acid and a strong base are neutral. Neutral means its pH value is equal to 7. On the other hand, salts of a strong acid and a weak base are acidic with pH value less than 7, and those of a strong base and weak acid are basic in nature with a pH value more than 7. You just remember one thing. What is stronger? If it is acidic property stronger, then that is and its pH value may be acidic, that is less than 7. And strong acid and weak base giving acidic solution with a pH value less than 7. And strong base, then it is basic, means its pH value is more than 7. Chemicals from common salt. Sodium chloride, that is NaCl. The sodium chloride is nothing but salt that we are using in food, and it is often referred to as common salt or table salt, and it is a neutral salt and its pH is equal to 7. And you have learned that the salt formed by the combination of hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide solution is called sodium chloride. Seawater contains many salts dissolved in seawater, and sodium chloride is separated from these salts, and deposits of solid salt are also found in several parts of the world. This common salt, that is sodium chloride, is not only used to enhance the taste of food but also to the manufacture of many chemicals like sodium hydroxide, baking soda, washing soda, bleaching powder, and many more. Let's see how one substance is used for making all these different substances. Sodium hydroxide. Let's discuss how sodium hydroxide is getting from common salt. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride, that is common salt, is also called as brine. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride is also called as brine. When electricity is passed through an aqueous solution of brine, that is aqueous solution of sodium chloride, it decomposes to form sodium hydroxide, and the process is called the chlor-alkali process, and this process is called chlor-alkali process. Why this process is called chlor-alkali process? Because of the products formed. Which are the products? That is 2NaCl plus 2H2O gives 2NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, plus chlorine in gaseous state and hydrogen also in gaseous state. The three products produced in this process are all useful. Which are the three products produced? Can you say? Yes, sodium hydroxide in aqueous solution, and chlorine in gaseous state, and hydrogen also in gaseous state. The products from the chlor-alkali process, that is hydrogen, chlorine and sodium hydroxide, are very useful in other purpose also. Hydrogen is used as fuel and for welding and for margarine. Margarine means which is an imitation butter spread in cooking. Chlorine is highly efficient, and chlorine is used as in disinfectant in swimming pools to kill pathogens such as bacteria and virus. It is also used to produce bleaching powder. And sodium hydroxide is used as degreasing metals and soaps and detergents for paper making and for artificial fibers. And this hydrogen and chlorine combines to form hydrochloric acid, and this is used for cleaning steel, ammonium chloride, medicines, and in cosmetics. Similarly, chlorine and sodium hydroxide combines and it is used for as bleach, that is for household bleaches, bleaching fabric. Now we can mix these three products. Which are the three products? Hydrogen, chlorine and sodium hydroxide. These three products with the other substances. We can mix these three products with the other substances to make other useful salts. Let's discuss one by one. First one is bleaching powder. The chlorine gas thus produced during the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride is used for the manufacture of bleaching powder. The bleaching powder is produced by the action of chlorine on dry slacked lime, and bleaching powder is represented as CaOCl2. Let's see the reaction. Bleaching powder has many uses. It is used as a disinfectant for drinking water to make it free from germs, and it is used as an oxidizing agent in many chemical industries, and it is used to bleach cotton and linen in the textile industry. What is bleach means? Here, material to become white or much lighter. Bleach means material to become white or much lighter. Now, second product is baking soda. First one is bleaching powder. Second is baking soda. Scientific name of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3. And this is a mild, non-corrosive base. And how this baking soda is forming? That is when sodium chloride, common salt, react with carbon dioxide, water and ammonia. The products are ammonium chloride and sodium hydrogen carbonate. That is ammonium chloride and baking soda and sodium hydrogen carbonate. This baking soda facilitates faster cooking, and the reaction takes place is, that is the reaction during cooking. What is happening in the case of cooking? We are heating, isn't it so? That is, we are heating sodium hydrogen carbonate. On heating sodium hydrogen carbonate, we are getting sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. Sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. And the carbon dioxide produced during this reaction causes bread or cake to rise, make them soft and spongy. Baking soda is not only limited to cooking. What are the other uses? First use is used in the manufacturing of baking powder. And second, sodium hydrogen carbonate is also an ingredient in antacids. Being alkaline, it neutralizes excess acid in the stomach and provides relief. And the third use is it is also used in soda acid fire extinguishers. Next is washing soda. Another chemical that can be obtained from sodium chloride is washing soda. Chemical name of washing soda is Na2CO3 10H2O. And you have seen above that sodium carbonate can be obtained by heating baking soda. That is, on heating baking soda, what is the product? Sodium carbonate. And the recrystallization of the sodium carbonate gives washing soda. Recrystallization of this sodium carbonate gives washing soda. And it is also a basic salt. Uses of washing soda. Washing soda is used in glass, soap and paper industries, and second, manufacture of borax, and as a cleaning agent in domestic purpose and removing permanent hardness of water. These are the uses of washing soda. Are the crystals of salts really dry? Let's check. Till now, we know that the salt is obtained by the acid and base neutralization. But does this neutralization means there is no water in the salt? Let's find out. Let's do an activity. First of all, take some copper sulfate crystals, and these copper sulfate crystals are blue in color, and take this copper sulfate in a test tube and on heating this copper sulfate, we can see the crystals that change the color to colorless. Here also we can see some water vapor in the mouth of the test tube. So you can say that copper sulfate has some water molecules. Now, what are these water molecules called? These are called as water of crystallization. Water of crystallization. It is the fixed number of water molecules in one formula unit of a salt. It is the fixed number of a water molecules in one formula unit of a salt. So, its general formula is CuSO4.5H2O. We have another salt which has water of crystallization, that is gypsum, CaSO4.2H2O. Plaster of Paris. On heating gypsum at 373 Kelvin, it loses water molecules and becomes calcium sulfate hemihydrate CaSO4 half H2O, and this is called plaster of Paris. The substance which doctors use as plaster for supporting fractured bonds in the right position. Plaster of Paris is a white powder, and on mixing with water it changes to gypsum, once again giving a hard solid mass. And the uses of plaster of Paris are used for making toys, materials for decoration, and for making surface smooth. These are the topics from this chapter: acid, bases, and salts.